People of the internet, welcome back to another video. It is I, Don Thomas, back in here with another one. As always, folks, is greatly appreciated. The likes, the comments, the subscribes, the interactions with these uploads. It's greatly appreciated, folks. Nonetheless, we're moving on to today's topic, folks. As you see on this channel, of course, the overall theme of this channel, if you're not familiar, of course, is philosophy, self-improvement, and the culture. I feel like the most recent uploads on this channel have been leaning more towards the cultural aspect of this channel, speaking on relevant topics that, are on the mainstream media, taking up all the headlines, this and the other. But as of late, on the cultural aspect, there hasn't been really anything that I care to speak about. I said this before, but maybe if you're a little bit more of a newcomer on this channel is not necessarily celebrity gossip. Yeah, I've spoken on celebrities and things like that before, culturally relevant topics, but I try to speak on things that have some take-home value, folks. I try to speak on things that, for the most part, you can apply in your everyday life. And whether it's, a celebrity or whatever the case is that, is being used as an example. I'm never here to kick people down. There's a series of different, genres of YouTube channels who, primarily speak on celebrity gossip and this, that, and the other, things that are prevalent in the culture, this, that, and the other. I, for one, as I mentioned, of course, I'm not here to do any of that. I don't know these people, so I don't really care to speak on people per se, unless, again, I feel like their situation has some sort of take-home value. This isn't a channel where we kick people when they're down. I'm not trying to speak on things that, let mainstream media do that. Mainstream media could be the one that distracts you with the irrelevant. I'm trying to speak on things that can amplify the things that you have going on in your life, right? So that should be self-explanatory as to why you're not seeing me cover Britney Spears getting backhanded by a security guard. You're not going to see me cover things like Keke Palmer and Usher and her husband or baby daddy, whatever the case is, the situation. Those things, folks, in my opinion, don't bring any value to your life. And I think that we spend too much time on them in a nutshell. Now, is it entertaining? Yeah. I'm not saying, hey, man, no entertainment, no laughs, no chuckles, no giggles. Yeah, we could do that. But on this channel in particular, folks, that's not my goal. So, with all that being said, straying away from the cultural aspect because I ultimately don't see anything that's relevant or, productive that's happening in the mainstream media culture right now. In this video, we're focusing on the other elements, of course, of this channel, which I never want to stray away from, folks. This channel is inclusive of philosophy. It is inclusive of self-improvement, right? I'm here to elevate our minds and not speaking from a standpoint as one who maybe has it all the way figured out. I've said it time and time again. I do not. Never forget that. I'm also a flawed human being going through this human experience just like you, trying to figure out and make sense of it all. So, with that being said, folks, today I thought, all right, let's focus more so on the philosophy, on the self-improvement side of this channel, right? And the only thing that came to mind was just the mindset that one must embrace to overcome obstacles. Right? We all have them. Setbacks, obstacles, challenges in our life. Nobody's immune to such things, right? And one of the things I want to actually get better at, I don't know if I've shared this with you guys before, but one of the things that I do want to start doing at some point in my life, in my career, whatever you want to call it, I want to start getting into mindset coaching, folks. I think I had a conversation with somebody who was explaining the difference between what a mindset coach is and what a life coach is, right? You probably hear people refer to themselves as life coach or people offering consultations for like life coaching. And I don't necessarily want to be a life coach. Why? Because I think it'll be hypocritical. For me personally, I don't like people telling me how to live my life, right? So for me to call myself a life coach and, make a career telling people what to do with their lives seems a bit hypocritical as somebody who doesn't like people telling them what to do with my life. I'm not to say that I'm, anti, constructive criticism, this, that, and the other, but I don't necessarily want to be a life coach because I don't know what you're going through in your life. However, contrary to that, I think a mindset coach is something that I want to dabble in somewhere in the near future. And I think the key difference to that is a mindset coach, in my personal opinion, is somebody who can help you with the mindset you would need to embrace your challenges, right? It's understanding that we all have our struggles, we all have our setbacks, But I may never know the full extent of the things that you're battling in your household and or in your own personal corners, whatever the case is. I may never have, the actual life experiences that you're going through. We all have the cards we were dealt, as many would say. So to call it a life coach, I may not have the life experience to be able to guide you through some of the struggles and setbacks that you're going through. But as a mindset coach, we all have one, right? We all have a brain. Some people use theirs, some people don't. As a mindset coach, I feel like that's somebody who can help you embrace the mindset that you would need to overcome those struggles, to overcome those hurdles, right? The things that, the mental gymnastics, we call them, right? So, folks, today I'm talking about the mindset that one would have to adapt to overcome any type of setback, right? We all have them, as I mentioned the case is, right? Setbacks, whether that be relationships, setbacks, whether that be career, mental health. Mental health is another thing I always want to speak on this channel as well, too. I want to be more vocal on in terms of, mental health battles, mental health overall. I want to be an advocate for mental health, man, because I think it's very important. And I think our culture, as we all know, we stray away from things like that. I think it's more so coming to the forefront now as a more openly available topic, but we're all going through something, folks. Nobody here is immune. The person that you think has it all the way figured out, there's some element of their life that they do not. I can almost guarantee it. So my word for you today, folks, again, as somebody who wants to be a voice of encouragement, a voice of motivation, a voice of, somebody who is in your corner, man. Sometimes some people just need to be heard. Some people just need a place to vent. Some people need to share their point of view. I feel like there's a lot of people that do that on the internet, whether that's, solicited or not. That's what I want this channel to eventually grow and become, right? And I got some things that I'm trying to incorporate behind the scenes, slowly but surely, that would, eventually be implemented on this channel, hopefully. But we're starting off small, folks. That is what I want to do. So, not necessarily trying to ramble too much on this one. Honestly, I didn't really know much of what I really wanted to say. Of course, I just do want to maintain some level of consistency in terms of uploading. But I do want to also mention that I don't want to stray away from that. And I don't know if the algorithm is in favor of, I'm kind of watching the analytics of my channel. And of course, we all want our channels to do well, right? But I also don't want to be a slave to the algorithm, right? I don't want to, speak on things only because the algorithm I don't want to do all that. I want to speak to things that are true to me and that I feel can offer, again, some type of take-home value for you, the viewer. So, folks, this one, man, I'm sitting back and I'm watching some things in the world, man. The world is moving in a place right now where I don't see how we all don't have anxiety. I have anxiety. I've never been ashamed to say that. So I don't see, the world that we're living in now and the pace at which things are moving, it's easy to see how people are growing anxious. It's easy to see how people are growing depressed and, feeling, losing some type of lack of hope, losing all type of optimism, because it's hard out here, right? You're reading about layoffs. You're reading about, AI technology taking over jobs. You're reading about so many things that make you question the value in terms of, or the, the outlook, the positive outlook of what our future holds. It looks a little bit scary if you ask me. Looks a little bit dark if you ask me. So again, folks, I think the mindset that one is going to have to embrace to overcome those hurdles is almost to the fact of maybe even looking at it as a test. I feel like we're all going to have things that, what's that one saying? What doesn't kill you make you stronger? We all have to embrace a mindset that one, everything this life is never going to be meant to be easy, right? There's always going to be some type of level of difficulty, right? But your perception, your mindset towards those difficulties is how you're going to be able to overcome them, essentially, in a nutshell is what I'm saying. I think I never want to be the guy that says, oh, think positively, the cliche things that we're used to hearing, there's no real value in that most of the time. But I think if one sets out on a journey knowing that, hey, man, I'm setting out on this thing called life, and I know that there are going to be some obstacles. I know there are going to be some setbacks. These are things that we already know. I think you're more likely to develop the mindset that will help you overcome it, right? Because you already told yourself in the beginning, before you made that first step, that those things were going to be down this road anyway, if that makes sense, right? So it's just like, I don't know. Ultimately, I think what I'm trying to get at, man, is just like the mindset you're going to need to embrace is going to be, you're going to have to implement a level of optimism, right? You're going to ultimately have to educate yourself as well, too. I would also recommend, man, look into people that are doing the things that you're trying to do as well, man. If you're in a lane right now, again, this could be personally, career-wise, whatever the case is, look for inspiration. Look for the people that are accomplishing the things that you're trying to accomplish. And then for them, we're not looking to envy these people. We're looking at them as inspiration, motivation. These people are living proof that the things that you're trying to accomplish can be accomplished, right? I think that's another thing as well, too. We got to look at, we got to rid our minds of this competition mindset. And this, there's certain mindsets right now that are counterproductive. And I think, like, if you use the people, there's people that are in your life right now, whether you want to admit to it or not, that could be there to help you. That could be there to offer you some type of wisdom or direction or some resources, man. But if we're looking at things as, this person is, why is it not me, or this, that, and the other, or woe is me, as the saying goes, that's the type of mindset that's going to keep you stagnant. That's the type of mindset that's going to start breeding jealousy and envy. And we all know where that goes. We all know the extent of where jealousy and envy goes. So things like that, folks, it's not just saying, okay, maintaining a positive mindset, but it's the willingness to want to do so, right? It's the optimism that one is going to have to embrace, even in those darkest moments, those moments when it is the dark and you're not seeing any type of light in the forefront. You're still going to have to embrace the type of mindset that's going to allow you to be able to overcome those obstacles. Almost take it on as a challenge, almost take it on as a test, right? See what you're made of. I think, honestly, in my personal opinion, that's the only way you know what you're made of. When your back is against the wall, when you're in the hot seat, right? When you're in hot water, I feel like you're going to be able to know your strengths and weaknesses when these challenges arise. So, folks, not to ramble too much, this is mindset again. This is some of the things and the messages and the direction I want to start speaking on. I think there was other things I'm speaking on this channel as well, too. I'm going to start tapping it a little bit more into the philosophy side of things as well, too. Maybe start, I had a series that I was thinking about starting, Featured Philosopher, where we're just going over some, prominent philosophers of old and new and diving into their mindset. What did they think? What are some philosophies that they, stood by, or what are some of their beliefs, right? I want to start dissecting different perspectives and seeing if it still holds true today, right? And of course, I always want to encourage you guys as well, too, down in the comment section, or if you want to hit me up personally, whatever. Of course, you see my links to my Instagram, my Twitter, whatever the case. I think my email somewhere is there as well, too. If you have ideas and you have things that you want to discuss or you want to see me discuss on this channel, I'm more than happy to hear them, folks. What are we here for if not that? What are we here for if it's not growth? What are we here for if it's not helping one another level up, so that way we can all somewhat feel like we're in this thing together, right? So there you have it, folks. Quick one today, I guess you can say. Just like, there's just things I just don't feel like talking about on this channel. I don't want my channel to turn on to a gossip and irrelevant. If there's no take-home value, I'm not speaking on it. Plain and simple. I don't care what the algorithm says, what it does. If there's no take-home value in the message, then I'm not delivering the message. So, nonetheless, what are your thoughts, folks? Leave some ideas down in the comment section as well, too. What are some things that you would like to see me speak on this channel? What are some ideas that you have? What are some things that you're struggling with, man? Let's speak on it. Let's dissect these things together, so that way, of course, we can feel like we have some type of support. We have some type of allyship, right? In a world where people are complaining that they feel lonely and unheard and unloved and things of that nature. It doesn't have to be that way, folks. The resources are out there, the help is out there, but you must take that initiative. So, without further ado, I will catch you on the next one. As always, greatly appreciated for your support. And, yeah, catch you on the next one.